Good evening, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your third and final video blog of the night for Saturday, September 12th, 2015, around 8:30 p.m. in Billerica, Massachusetts. Sun went down. It's now cloudy. We're going to get some rain showers tonight, and tomorrow's going to be a damp and dreary day. Hopefully we'll have some sunny breaks, and this upcoming week is going to be above 80 several days, but no humidity and stuff. But that's good though, because it's still summer for one more week, and then the fall comes. But maybe this one fall we'll have a true fall season in New England. Then again, maybe we'll have Indian summer or an early winter, but I'm hoping could be an Indian summer. Some news to report. It's official. Red Sox designated hitter David Ortiz has joined the 500 home run club. He becomes the 27th Major League Baseball player to hit at least 500 home runs. David Ortiz is going into the Baseball Hall of Fame, in my humble opinion. And also, Boston College football team crushed Howard University by the score of 76-0. That's not a typo. That's really the score. Howard's probably not a great football program and stuff, and it was a cakewalk by the Boston College Eagles. Their quarterback was a guy called Troy Flutie. Troy Flutie is the father of Darren Flutie and the nephew of Doug Flutie. Darren and Doug had great professional careers in the CFL and NFL, and if Troy Flutie has a great college career at BC, he's probably going to follow in their footsteps to either the National Football League or the Canadian Football League. Hopefully Troy could be a good NFL quarterback if he is good at BC. He's going to be, in my opinion. That's about it on the news. My third and final video blog subject of the night is my personality profile. Tonight's personality profile is the human highlight reel. One of the greatest NBA players of all time, Dominique Wilkins. Dominique had a long professional career. He mainly played for the Atlanta Hawks in the 1980s and 1990s, one of the best dunkers in NBA history. Dominique was born in Paris, France, and because his father was stationed there on a U.S. military base, because his father was in the army. And when he was growing up, Dominique moved from Paris, France to Dallas, Texas, to Baltimore, Maryland, before his family settled in Washington, North Carolina. Then he started playing basketball. He was a high school basketball star for his high school, Washington. His basketball team won back-to-back state championships for the for North Carolina State. The high school, and he was MVP for those teams, and he was also in Faces of the Crowd during his senior year in Sports Illustrated and stuff, and he also played in McDonald's High School All-American. He chose to play for the University of Georgia, and he was 1981 SEC Player of the Year a couple of times. He was a third-team All-American, and his career stats in college was 1,688 points, 21.6 points per game, 588 rebounds, 7.5 rebounds per game, and 196 assists, 1.5 assists per game during his college career. Dominique was drafted by the Utah Jazz as the number 3rd overall pick in the 1982 NBA draft, but Dominique Wilkins refused to play for the Jazz because they were one of the worst teams in the NBA, and he did not want to play for a team that was not going to be competitive and stuff. And he got traded to the Jazz, from the Jazz to the Atlanta Hawks, and that was a very lopsided trade because Dominique played his majority of his career for the Atlanta Hawks, 11.5 years with them. And he also played for the Celtics and the Clippers and the Spurs and the Magic, and 2 years in Europe. And during his career, Dominique had 11 seasons when he averaged at least 20 or more points per game. 9 times he played in the NBA All-Star Game. 1 time he was an All-NBA First Team. 4 times he was an All-NBA Second Team. 2 times he was an All-NBA Third Team. One time he won the NBA scoring championship. 2 times he was the dunk champion for the All-Star Wilkins and stuff. And Dominique had amazing dunks, and he was a great playmaker and stuff like that. He was nicknamed the human highlight reel because of his amazing dunks and stuff like that. And Dominique never won an NBA championship because the Hawks had a decent team. They around him with Doc Rivers and Kevin Willis and Spud Webb and a few others, but they played during a time where the NBA's Eastern Conference was dominated by the Boston Celtics and the Detroit Pistons, so the Hawks only made it to the second round of the NBA playoffs a few times, but they never advanced further. A couple of times the Hawks got eliminated by the Celtics. There was one time in Game 7 of the 1988 Eastern Conference semifinals where Larry Bird and Dominique Wilkins had such a show and stuff, but the Celtics pulled it out, which was heartbreaking for the Atlanta Hawks because that could have been the year they could have took the next step and probably could have had it, like, made the NBA Finals and stuff like that, but it wasn't meant to be. 1991-1992, Dominique Wilkins tore both of his Achilles heels, and he was never the same player after that and stuff. His skills were declining midway through the 1993-1994 season. Dominique was traded to the LA Clippers because he was becoming a free agent, and the Hawks weren't going to re-sign him to what he wanted. And then he's bounced around the rest of his NBA career with playing for the Boston Celtics for a year. He was a co-captain. Then he played for Europe in one year, then came back to play for the Spurs, but they weren't good during the 1996-1997 season. Then he went back to Europe, and then he played for the Magic to end his NBA career. He actually won a championship playing in Europe and stuff, but Dominique was one of the best players in NBA history, never to win an NBA championship or an NBA MVP award and stuff, which was pretty kind of a little shameful because he had that talent to be like MVP and stuff like that. And the Hawks, if they were like playing in another era, if Dominique was playing in another era and with the talent they had, they probably would have made the NBA Finals and made an NBA championship, but it was not meant to be for Dominique Wilkins winning an NBA championship. His career stats were as follows: 26,668 points, averaging 24.8 points per game, 7,167 rebounds, averaging 6.7 rebounds per game, 2,677 assists, 2.5 assists per game. His number 21 was retired by the Atlanta Hawks. He's probably the most famous player in Atlanta Hawks history since the franchise moved from St. Louis to Atlanta in 1968. There's a statue of Dominique Wilkins up at Phillips Arena and stuff. He was a 2006 Pro Basketball Hall of Famer. His brother Gerald Wilkins played for the NBA for a while. He still's with the Hawks. He does some games for them on television and stuff. He's like an ambassador for the Hawks, and he is probably one of the top like 10 players in the 1980s in the NBA and stuff, and probably one of the top 10 players in NBA history never to win an MVP or a championship in the NBA. That's about it on him. That's about it on these video blogs: Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Tomorrow you're going to get 3 more of these video blogs. First video blog will be about the fantasy booking. This fantasy booking tomorrow will be about, I'm going to rebook 1999, April 1999 through April 2000, having like somehow Bret the Hitman Hart returning to the WWE and reforming the Hart Foundation with like Owen Hart and the British Bulldog and Jim the Anvil Neidhart to feud with Mr. McMahon and his corporation. This is going to be a very, very interesting fantasy booking scenario and stuff. And the second video blog will be about kind of disappointments in the baseball this year and stuff, because the baseball season's almost over. Tell you about that. And the third and final video blog of Tomorrow night will be personality profile about WWE Hall of Famer and longtime women's champion, the late great fabulous Moolah Lillian Ellison. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Button guy. Molly Rosenblatt of Fox 35 rocks and has nice legs. Amy Swansea of Wish 2 rocks. Elizabeth Hart of Local 6 rocks. And in the words of Sean Lucha, get out. See you later tomorrow.